Hi guys, I've got a really simple page in my Pocket Page notebook today, and I am documenting this cake that looks like sushi, a sushi cake that I made for my husband for his birthday. To do that, I am going to use this really awesome Delish stamp set from Citrus Twist. So I'm starting by trimming off a little insert for my Pocket Page, and I'm going to do some repeat stamping on here. So I've pulled off one of the stamps, it says Yum, and I've picked out a couple of colors of ink that I think might match these photos, so I'm just going to test them. I was seeing which one went better, but in the end I end up using both of them. So I've added my stamp onto the block on a slight angle, and I'm just going to start repeat stamping all over this page. Now, I'm mainly going to use the peach colored ink, but every so often I'm going to stamp one of these in this more sort of orangey ink just to make it stand out a little bit more. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is a very little stamp and quite a large insert, and it did take me a while, so I have saved you having to watch me stamp all of these Yums and just cut to the finished part. But you can see the sort of subtle difference that using those two different inks gave it. Now I'm just going to trim down my insert, and I'm just eyeballing it, which you'll see is a mistake later on. I'm going to stick my little photos on this side so it doesn't cover up too much of the stamping, and I'm just sort of scattering them about the page. Now I'm not going to add anything else to this page, it is super busy as it is, so it's just these three little photos, and I think they're about 1.5 inches square. Now here's where you can see why I should have measured it rather than eyeballing it. I didn't get it right, and of course I've stuck everything down now, so I'm just going to have to live with the fact that one photo is closer to the edge than the rest of them. And I'm going to stick this bigger photo on the left hand side with my journaling. Now I hadn't intended to back it with anything, but it looked really sort of plain. It didn't stand off the page. I think because a lot of the background in the photo was white, it didn't stand out against the white page. So I pulled out my papers from the Pocket Life kit, and this one, although it reads really pink on screen, it's got this beautiful copper foiling in it. So it does read a little bit more peachy in real life, which went really nicely with the page. So just added a little bit around the photo just to give it a tiny frame. And then I'm going to add a tiny bit of stamping underneath here as well. So on this Delish set is this sort of cut out half frame, which you can use some of the other stamps in the set to fill in that little gap, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stamp this "Food is my love language" stamp underneath there, because it couldn't go any better than that. Food really is my love language, and it's how I express my love as well. So this cake was definitely a labor of love, and was much appreciated. So I think that stamp worked out nicely. Now I'm just using my DIY template for creating lines in my Pocket Page notebook, and the first set of lines I did weren't, there wasn't going to be enough room for the journaling I wanted to do, so I just added another set of lines in between. I find ruling lines lately has been just really helpful for making sure that I get my journaling straight. I am adding a bit more journaling than I usually would, but because this page is so simple in design, I'm not concerned. It's sort of like adding a separate block at the bottom here. And that's it, that's the page all done. Super simple, but I really love the pattern that Yum stamp made. If you enjoyed this page, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!